My name is Dejulu Okun. I am a fashion and commercial photographer. The product we shot for was the Infinix Hot 60 Pro, and what the brand wanted was something futuristic. So now is to looking at how we can use futuristic fashion to be able to tell the message that we're trying to convey to people, that this stuff has AI in it, helps you sort of look fashionable, because when you see the phones themselves, they are really fashionable, they are very sleek. The first comment that I got from most people that saw the phone when we were shooting was that the phone was too slim. It's very sleek, it's colorful, it's stylish, right? So it's to not saying that and using fashion to tell that story. In pre-production, it was basically looking at how to tell the story of a brand that people know as the cornerstone. Now, there was an idea to do a campus store, and the idea is simple, is to take the products to different schools. So we went to Unilag, we went to University of Ibadan, and then we did some city waka to an extent in Lagos, around VI and Ikoyi. So on a Sunday, we were just around looking for people really stylish coming from church or just going on their normal weekend banter or wherever. And then we highlighted these people that are really fashionable, and then we did a shoot for them right there where we met them. It was a beautiful experience. So we did that tour, and then we highlighted those people, we did the shoots. It now got to a point where we wanted to actually shoot the campaign. So we now picked people from the tour that we did, and those are the guys that we now used as models for the campaign. So the pre-production didn't take too long, but the production took a longer period of time in terms of like the places that we had to visit, and then the shoot itself. For the production, we had two sets. I was coming with this idea, and the brand wanted this idea, so we did one of each. So the first one was the very futuristic one. It was we had chrome plated background, silver outfit. It was almost like, just think of an astronaut, for instance. Yeah, someone in the moon or something like that. That was the idea for the first set. For the second set, it was we had a pool of water, right? And we had like a huge backdrop, and then we positioned the models in the pool. So that was the idea that I sort of pitched to the client, and I was sort of blessed with a client that was willing to experiment with things. I think it's one of the best part of shooting commercials, where you pitch something to a client and they see reason to why you are looking to doing that kind of idea, no matter how crazy it is. So in terms of the equipment, we made use of a mix of both continuous lights and flashes. For the flashes, we had two Godox 8600 BM. For the chrome plated background silver, which is the first set, we had one of the strobes for the headlights or the backlights. We had another strobe coming in through sort of like a window frame that was part of the set. So we had another light coming in from there, and we had the big umbrella, which was the 165 centimeters, I guess. Yeah, on this side, which was filling on this side. That was the left hand side, I guess. So for the second setup, which was the pool, I wanted the ripple effect to show of the water. So I made sure that I had one person on the right side, one person on the left side, artificially making that ripple effect with their hands while we are shooting. One of the continuous lights had a spotlight on the water, on the pool itself. We had one light highlighting the model in the pool, and then we had like another highlight. We used one of the strobes for the highlights that was separating the character or the model from the backdrop. Bear it in mind that we are shooting a product. I didn't want the entire scene to show, but I also wanted a situation whereby the character is showing in the frame and the product itself. And then also the tricky part was that we shot 2 people per frame, and typically for a spotlight setup, sometimes it's best to just shoot a character so that you can just highlight that person. So we had to make sure that we used a bigger softbox so that we'll be able to capture or highlight both characters in frame. So that was what we did for the second set. For this project, I think that is probably one of the most exciting ones that I've done so far in terms of the production and the breadth. I also think that is most likely one of the most tasking ones in terms of the technicalities. So the lighting, the set design, and just generally executing the project. For the team that worked with me, I think that is the beauty of shooting commercials. You get to work with a number of people to achieve just one goal. On this set, I worked with a fantastic production team, the producer and my sponsor, like I call her, Ifeoluwa, the set designer and the art director, Charlie. In terms of the fashion elements that we're talking about, Frank did a fantastic job, because as at the night before the shoot day, we were still going back and forth with some of the looks, and the looks that he came up with, most of them had to be done from scratch. Commercial photography is teaching me more about collaboration, and it's letting me understand what it means to delegate and then trusting people more. So big shout out to everybody that worked with me on this project.